This is Rabit Allen here with the Modified Lifestyle channel. This is Shop Talk. I'm here going to be talking with friends from my studio to a local studio here within the area. I'm going to have my friend Gileon that works with me, friend Julissa that works at Blue Lotus, and Diggie as well, who works there with her. They are piercers and tattoo artists here with me today. We're going to talk along with their story. We're also live right now on Instagram and Facebook for people to ask us questions and suggest topics for everything on this. So I appreciate you, and here we go. Jill, start with you. How old?
25.
When did you start tattooing?
2020.
2020? Okay. Julissa, how old are you?
I am 33.
And when did you start piercing?
About that, I started piercing in 2014, so 10 years.
Yes, okay. Diggie?
I am 33 years old, and I started tattooing in 2019.
2019. You work here with me, Satori. Blue Lotus has been your own shop you've worked at, correct?
Yes, pretty much for the most part. Same location. It was previously Gamble Tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I learned. That's where I did my apprenticeship. And then after Chris passed away, Kat took over Blue Lotus. I've been there with her ever since.
Okay. Diggie, where did you get your start at?
Well, I have always been a visual artist, and after getting tattooed by someone in the community, they encouraged me to take a stab at it. So I seeked out mentorship through like other local artists, and then just have been committed to it.
That's good. And you pierce.
Mm-hmm.
We've pierced each other.
Yes.
We've done that.
I love doing that.
Yes. With your apprenticeship,
Mm-hmm.
Diggie kind of talked about how he got his start and sought it out. How did you fall into it all? What got you into it?
So like I said, started at Gamble Tattoos. It was my home shop from even before I started. I was getting tattooed there, I think, starting at 16 years old. Mm-hmm. So I had a good relationship with the owner, Chris, as well as Kat, who's now the owner. One day I was literally just in there, I think, getting tattooed, and she's like, "Did you ever think about piercing?" And I was like, "I actually have." And she's like, "Good, you start on Monday." And I pretty much, that was it, yeah.
When you found the person to mentor you, did you know them well? Did you have to look around and seek it out?
No, I was a friend of mine had gotten tattooed, actually by Thai East, and I thought the work looked great, and I wanted to learn about traditional tattooing. Mm-hmm. So I booked an appointment, and while I was getting tattooed, I was starting to ask questions, and he was kind of like, "Oh, you know what a 7-round liner is? What do you know about tattooing?" And at that point, I had been, kitchen wizard, essentially. But I knew enough to seek the right mentor or proper mentorship.
Yeah.
Because it's all about integrity, So.
When I first started, I called all the studios in my local area, and none of them had anyone. So I moved to Kentucky, tried there, moved to California, tried, eventually came back to West Virginia, called the studio that one of my friends got his start in. He wasn't there anymore, so I was like, see if he can, called, and that was it. Got in. Because I was getting tattooed by that guy, got pierced by that guy, fucking helped him move his furniture one night before I was even working for him, just worked like a kid in high school and helping him move his furniture. But, and you, how did you fall into here with Sean?
I did the same thing that you did. I was falling around everywhere, couldn't find anything. Kind of stagnant for a year. Didn't really find any place I could. And just so happened that my mom's nail tech is Sean's best friend and recommended me to try with him, and we hit it off.
That's good. Everyone out there, that is Gileon. You cannot see her, but she is here as well. I know you like doing traditional. I know you've been doing a lot of other things, but what do you like to do? Stop me.
I definitely feel like I've been getting the most satisfaction from pieces that have a lot of line work and varying quality of line work, so bold lines and fine lines. But I would say I enjoy doing more black and gray. Color is also exciting, but I feel like there's something so much more direct about black and gray work. Just kind of goes in.
With you, Julissa, you said you started getting tattooed at 16. When was the first time you actually experienced tattoos and piercings?
So that was the first time I started getting tattooed at Gamble.
Okay.
I actually sneakily got tattooed, because as you know, 16 is the age. Got tattooed around between 14 and 15 years old. My mom actually started taking me to the tattoo shop though when I was around like 6. So I was always around it. Yeah. Yeah. My mom's like one of the biggest supporters. She's all pierced, tattooed. Like,
So it wasn't like just a discovery on your own. You just was.
I grew into it literally. Yeah. Kind of just fell into my life.
Let's say if you got you like first introduced to it, if that makes sense.
My dad always had a lot of tattoos. He's like a biker dude. And yeah, he took me to get my tattoo because I was in art class and I learned that I could give myself a stick and poke. And after getting suspended for doing that, I was like, hey, I want to get a tattoo. Will you guys sign off? And they were like, as long as the art doesn't suck, we'll sign off on it. You have to go somewhere clean. So they took me down to Pleasure of Pain, and I got my first tattoo.
That's cool. I didn't get my first tattoo until I was 18. I had a piercing at 17 or 16 like that, but my family was always tattooed, military. You, what was your first like go?
I was 16, I want to say. My friend had a machine at her house, and I let her, be a kitchen wizard and do that on me on my hip bone to hide it from my mom.
I was one of those kids.
So do you still have your first tattoo?
I do, unfortunately. It's horrible.
Yeah, that's the common theme. Like, your
Yeah.
first tattoo you got, it seems really cool at the time.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit.
My second one, though, I can't complain, was the one that I did myself.
My first one was covered, and it was professionally done. Let's go. Julissa, with you piercing, with it, what drew you to it? Like, I know you said you've always been around it, and had interest in it, but
Probably when I started getting pierced, I was 14. I got my nose done. And from there, like I said, I got my first tattoo young, but then after that, my mom was like, okay, nothing. So I'm like, okay, piercings. So I started getting crazy piercings from there. My friends would have me pierce their ears in the bathroom. Same thing. I think we all have been in that kind of situation. But yeah, literally, I was like 10, 11, piercing other kids in the bathroom. Stupid young age. So I feel like, I don't know, it's always been earrings for me.
just had a lot.
I like the glitz of it.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Did you, do you just thought of it where you already was doing art?
Well, I was like in the fine art community, and I fell kind of out of love with it because it's so like elitist, and like it exists in this space that is like for certain people. But what I really liked about tattooing is that like it's for you. It's like for the person. They always have it with them. It's not like some rarefied thing that like exists elsewhere. Like it's real. Like that's what really clicked for me with tattooing. Is like this is an art form that you take to the grave.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I can completely understand that. That's pretty cool. I know you, being in the Juggalo community and stuff, you do a lot of tattoos directed towards that. I mean, I can see your hatchet man from here.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately in this state, this means I'm a gang member.
Yeah. We still don't pick with you taking here. I know neither of you have all three of you have not the heaviest of modifications, or even you three into modifications, want modifications. Julissa's over here shaking the hell out of her head.
Yeah, I've considered like splitting my tongue and pointing my ears.
Yeah, you want your ears pointed.
Yeah.
Consider that.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to split my tongue one day.
You never having some people come
You told me, yes. Yeah.
I don't know. The first time I ever went to gamble, I got my industrial pierced, and I was like 17, and I don't remember anything about it because I passed out. I did not eat, and I went in there and I was like, yeah. And the first needle went through, and I was on the floor before I knew what was going on.
Just
But
the
yeah,
first needle.
eat before you get pierced.
Oh yeah.
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 So how did you get the second needle?
I came up, and he's like, "You want to keep doing it?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Shit. Oh my
It didn't hurt.
god.
Like it wasn't like a
This had to
painful
have
thing.
been,
Like yes, it hurt, but like, it was just that shock. Like,
yeah.
You know,
The adrenaline.
everything went white, and then everyone's standing around looking down at me like, "Are you good?" I'm like, I don't know, am I? Everyone's looking down at me.
Can't say I've fainted on anything, and I've had some heavy stuff done.
Yeah, I'm prone to faintness. Like, I almost fainted at the convention when you were
Oh, I know you were telling me the whole time. You're like, I'm not good, man. You went flush white when I was tattooing.
No, I mean it's just something that happens with your blood, I guess.
No, I'm not judging you. It happens to the best of us. I think
Except for you.
Yeah, I don't have that issue, and I've had my ears cut open, branded, and horns. Crazy shit. My first piercing was not professional. The first professional piercing I had was my lip. The non-professional was us stretching my lips because I had to get these reconstructed. Did them with not the brightest way. We were kids, got drunk and high, and we fucking took a safety pin, a nail, and a mechanical pencil through my ear. Which eventually, in 6 months, led to my ears dying and splitting.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, stretching their ears is like their first modification that they're really good at too.
Yeah.
It's the easiest. Your parents are already okay with you having your
Having
ears,
a hole there ready,
having your ears, so you can, while you're under their care, if they're not really into heavy things, you can sneak because you can do the little sizes and they'll never notice.
That was me in
Oh,
like
they
fifth
notice.
grade, literally.
Once you get to 00, they're like, wait a minute. Why do you want to look like that?
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. I don't know. I see it, and I just feel like I can relate to that want to like change your look.
BME was like my introduced to it all, and that what made me want to get the heaviest stuff I could. Like the horns were something I wanted since a young age. Finally got them, and now no one ever sees them, and now I want a bigger set because I'm like, I paid so much money and no one can even see them. Like, what was the point? I went to past just what you are right now, because I know you even do brows and makeup,
I do.
permanent makeup
Yeah.
stuff. Do you have like goals you want to reach with your piercing career?
I never even thought that I'd be piercing 10 years, honestly. Like, how we got here it's crazy. So quick. But, I don't know. I feel like I've accomplished a lot of my goals, but I'm still learning a lot, too. Piercing is progressing every day. So, I want to just keep learning. I want to see where it takes me.
Diggie, with tattooing. I know you've been doing it since 2019.
Yeah.
Where you want to see yourself go?
I mean, I think that what I love about it is it's a journey where you're just gonna keep getting better. And if you stagnate, you have to ask yourself like, why am I not allowing myself to grow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I really love about it, and I just want to be able to give my clients a good tattoo that they're proud of.
Just continue and
Yeah.
further your art.
Just like make good stuff.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah. No,
Make good stuff forever.
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Also, like I don't know, people are here for the weird shit too. You know, just like be you. You know,
Yes.
like, try to like. Obviously, if people are gonna come in, they're gonna want what they want. And they're gonna be like, this Pinterest thing is what I need on forever. You can try to like change their mind, but ultimately, people are like set with what they want, and it's like, is it my job to change their mind, or just like help them see their goal? You know. So it's like you find that balance of like your art and like the art that people want to get on them. So I think that's challenging for me.
What's something you enjoy doing as a tattoo?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Let's
imagery?
say I'm tattooed. Like, what do you
I
enjoy?
don't know. I feel
tattooing?
like every opportunity is just a chance to like do your best. So I enjoy that. Yeah, I definitely love my Juggalo homies. They get some crazy ass shit.
What's so far been one that sticks out the most that you've done that you've enjoyed?
I mean, I love doing mandalas and like dot work.
Mm.
It's just such a like zen feeling. You just get in that groove of literally doing it the same way every time, and just trying to be as consistent as possible. And I think people are wowed when you have like when you can like see the technical finesse. You know, you can just see that like you were trying.
With you, Julissa, I know us as piercers, we have our piercings we enjoy doing and
Mhm.
some that we don't.
Mhm.
What is your one? If it walked in right now, you'd be happiest, like because you know it's right there. You got it. Do some great.
He loves Filtrums so much. That's
Yeah.
like literally his favorite piercing.
I think it looks
Everybody,
good.
he's
I mean, it
like, I
looks
think you
good.
should get a Filtrum. I
It
think you
looks
should get a Filtrum. I don't think I have like one specific piercing that I enjoy more than others, but I will say I enjoy piercing ears more than
Yeah.
like I feel like ear projects and things like that. They bring me so much
No, they are
happiness.
enjoyable.
I did one this morning, and
I
I
was
was like, started my day, and I'm like, yes, we can do this, and it was just, it was perfect.
Kat said I love doing lines with blue eyes. It is not true.
That's great, Kat.
That's like my one tattoo that I'm just like,
You should just branch out from lions and start doing like tigers,
Yeah.
blue eyes,
Bears.
panthers
Yeah.
with blue eyes.
like a panther with red eyes. Let's go.
A pretty interesting call
He said
before
something.
we came out today.
Mhm.
Phone rings. Hey, buddy, I got a weird question for you. So I'm like, okay.
And he's like, will you sell me some black ink? I'm finna tattoo somebody today.
It's a good one.
And his answer is, of course, no. Followed by a click. But I'm like, do I sell you a bottle of piss?
Have you seen that video where the guy's like gathering up like
Yeah.
tattoo kit, or
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
"Do you sell tattoo kits?"
That's a good.
I mean,
He,
that's a joke, but that's also like horrific.
He grabs
Oh,
a handful from the sharps
Oh yeah, I would
container.
never
Oh,
suggest
my
doing
God.
that
Yeah,
to
for
someone
sure, yeah,
Oh my
that's-
God.
because you
No.
know then they're gonna take that and use that on something.
Yeah.
Never do it, but that is a great. It's very
Right.
different than like.
No, this one time a couple months ago, we had a call when we still at the old shop. Or no, it wasn't a call. I'm sorry. There was a group of like 5 kids, like book bags on and everything. They just got out of school. Come in. I'm like, hey, let me know if you need any help with anything. Let me know what I can do for you. They're checking out the jewelry, and I'm like, what are they doing? They came up to me and asked me, hey, can you sell us some of the piercing needles and some jewelry? And I was like,
get that all
no.
the time. All the time.
I love the phone call too. Like, hey, you guys use a piercing gun?
Yeah,
oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
yeah.
I've had people
Or
hang
when
up
they
on me
actually
because
come
we don't.
Right, they'll come
Yeah.
to the back and see the needle and be like, wait, you don't use a gun? I'm
Like the
you want
needles
me to
somehow
use
scare you?
that?
Right?
Right.
That one lady at the old shop.
Didn't you walk out?
Yeah, she walked. Were you there? I don't
No,
think you
I
were.
don't think I
She
I
walked
remember
in
that.
and she said she prefers a gun, and asked if we use them, and we said no, and she like
Goodbye.
left.
Literally.
She's like, oh. Like,
Have you had the ones ask you, can you do them at the same time, like waves and stuff like that?
like tandem, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Because I have 4 hands.
yeah,
And
like,
so a lot of times I get it for like nipples. They'll ask me if there's 2 piercers that we can do it at the same time. I'm like, one person.
Pass out. Get
One
that.
person.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
we're gonna do it one at a time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be better for you.
Right. And it's gonna be okay. You will survive. Nobody's died.
So we-
I think, right. Done pretty well, I think.
It was a screw joke about that second.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you always gotta let them know this one is not gonna be as bad as this one.
Mhm.
I go right to left because I'm right-handed. I start here through.
Left, right. Yeah, I start on the out, yeah, and then I get this one.
Yeah,
I think when I got mine done.
I'm right-handed, so I go.
Well, you see, my bed's also pushed up against
Yeah,
the
it's
wall,
how you're
so I
placed.
don't pull it out. So I'm just like, I lean over and then I do the other one.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm always that way. I tell them, like, I'm gonna start here, so this one's not gonna be as bad as this one's. gonna be. So, just to let you mentally know,
Yeah.
prepare yourself.
Yeah, the second worst thing, the first time you're cold, grab on something. That's it.
The only time I think I've almost came that close, like where Digger said he's fan and stuff, the only time was when I had my cheeks pierced. And it wasn't because of the pain or anything.
Okay.
I built myself up to think it was going to be
It
the
was gonna be
worst pain ever.
Mm-hmm.
It was the guy who taught me how to pierce. He did them. I grabbed the chair, so he was about to put the needle like I was expecting. Bite your cheek, it
The
sucks.
worst pain ever, yeah.
So I expected that. I grabbed it, and the second that needle went through, I realized it was not that bad.
Yeah.
Everything just flushed. I was
Yeah, yeah.
dead white. I think we took like a 30-minute break before we did the other one. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. I've gotten, as you know, I've gotten shaky and stuff after, but never passed out. I feel like my cheeks were pretty easy, like you said, once
Yeah.
you felt that they were good. My cheeks were super easy. I even had to go back the second time because the one was way off, and I'm like,
I think
Can't deal with this imaging.
I think the cheeks over your lips aren't even that bad. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like the cheek was less than the lip
Than
because you
the-
feel
yeah.
more of a pinch on your lip than you
Mhm.
did with your cheek. It just
Yeah.
slides
It was-
right through.
Yeah, really easy. I feel honestly the vertical overlay was probably worse than the cheek.
You were scared that day.
Yeah, I was very scared.
You were scared that day.
I was because I know my lips. I know they hurt, so I knew that one was gonna fucking hurt.
Sometimes people ask me if my bridge piercing goes through my bone, and I'm just like, yes.
The worst I had was
It goes
my-
right through my
Sounds
nose bone.
amazing.
Yeah.
The worst I had was you could see inside my nose.
Yeah.
This guy came into this one place I was piercing at, asked if they were real, like if the hole was real. I'm like,
Is it a fucking optical?
yeah, that's why I was like, you can see into my nose. How is it not real?
We made jokes that it was a green screen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's
Literally,
little tiny
yeah.
green screens.
Like, how do you think it's fake?
Oh,
Like,
It's
come on,
digital.
man. Yeah.
It's-
I can put my finger in my nose. You think that's like an illusion?
AI, man. AI.
I had this one experience at my second shop I worked at. It's in Bethlehem. And this kid came in off the street, and he's like, yo, what's up? I want a face tattoo. And I'm the apprentice, so I'm sitting there tracing, and he looks at me, and he's like, you don't have any face tattoos? You're not cool. And then he like goes and talks to everyone else who's very heavily tattooed. And he's like, I want a gun on my face. And we're like, cool, what kind of gun? He's like, I want an AK-47. And his reasoning was because he doesn't ever want anyone to pistol whip him. And I'm just like, go home, kid.
What does that
And of course,
even mean?
the one artist is just like, yeah, I'll do it for you. Come sit down. And then the kid just like, I gotta make a phone call. Never came back.
Never.
We had a girl one time come in that she was so serious. She wanted a teardrop and a cross tattooed on her face, like basically Little Wayne. Yeah,
Wheezy.
literally. And it was like a girl you would never expect to want these face tattoos on her. Yeah.
They want them so much younger and younger now, the face tattoos. That's why I was telling you earlier, like, we can't let them know.
Yeah, literally.
That should stay a secret.
Yeah,
All of
yeah,
us.
no way.
The whole catfish thing is really popular too, with the people coming in just wanting hand tattoos, and you're like, no.
Yeah. They want just their hands.
Yeah,
or their
no
face.
tattoos at all. Can I have
Yeah.
my first tattoo on my hand? No,
Yeah.
you can't.
I like saying no to those people.
Well, even on the piercing side, like, I want the most harder piercing.
I want an
without,
industrial, and I
yeah.
have nothing but my lobes done.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I want my
not.
set done at
Yeah.
12, 13.
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
live your life, kid.
They get
Be
so
a kid.
mad at my ages, like that I prefer for piercings. But at this point, it's like,
Yeah, I like that question when the parents like, well, why not? It's not a law.
yeah,
It's like,
I'm giving
we
permission.
choose not to do it. This is a
Oh,
luxury.
they give us the
Like,
same thing,
yeah.
and we're like, oh, well, that's just our morals and
Mhm.
our values. Doesn't mean there's not going to be a shop out there that will
Oh,
do it
you know
for
who
you.
will do it though? That's what they. No, that's what they
Oh,
say.
yeah,
Who's
I
gonna
forgot.
do it? Like, I'm not gonna refer. No,
Yeah.
goodbye. Have a good day. Like, that's the worst.
They call here about infant ears.
Yeah.
And
I
then
get that
and
a
then
lot,
they're
too.
like, do you know what shop will?
Well, who does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I feel lucky that like at least with tattooing, like I don't have people asking me to tattoo their infant. It's like consent is everything, and like I don't know if you can't consent to it because you're a child, like
Yeah, I think on the
Yeah.
tattooing side, you don't have to worry as much as getting too much ass on the children. Because most know morally, as a parent, like 16 is usually the age they're starting to ask for tattoos.
Mhm.
But piercings, we get it like way younger than we should be sometimes at.
yeah.
I appreciate you, Diggie, Julissa, even you, Jillian, coming on here and talking with me. Start with Diggie. Is there anywhere that people can find you?
I'm on Instagram. It's Diggie Tattoo. Yeah.
Julissa?
Also Instagram _XO Femme Fatale.
Jillian.
Also Instagram, pink.ink.satori.
All right, I'll have all that linked. I appreciate everyone. Hopefully, you made it this far in the video and enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe this and come back the next time. I might probably have Julissa back. We might do a piercing react video. Piercers react.
I'm
Apologize. And maybe Diggy on for something else. Maybe me tattooing him and us fucking bullshitting, or him tattooing me. Whichever way it goes. But I appreciate you all. Thanks. Bye.
I could teach you how to juggle.